Alright, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing an update on my project 50, where I'm aiming to finish 50 items in my collection. In this project, I'm basically rolling in items until I reach the 50 items, so I will probably work on more than 50 in the duration of this. I started this project back in 2022. And we're still going strong. I'm going to have to look at my phone for this because my iPad has just died, or it's not working properly. Anyway, I have been working on this project since 2022, July of 2022, so it's been a few years now, and so far, I think before this update, I've rolled out 9 items. Today, we do have an update to that. We do have a few things that have rolled out. One was very unexpectedly, but it is just what it is. Anyway, let's get into my update and my current progress with all my items. And yeah, okay. So, firstly, we have, of course, my NARS Laguna bronzer. This is going on quite swimmingly. As you can see, the pan is getting bigger every time I use this. Not at a point yet where I need to repress it, but still some good solid progress. It is quite a thin bronzer, but the fact is over the last few years I have been working on multiple bronzers at one time, and to the point where I'm not wearing makeup every single day, it does mean that it is taking a long time. Anyway, I've actually used this bronzer over the period of the last 3 and a bit years 149 times. When I first rolled it in, it was pretty new. It was barely touched. It's one of my newer bronzers. Also, can't remember in the progress of this challenge if I broke the packaging, but that is a common theme that's happening in my collection, is that all of my packaging is breaking. So much so, this is my blush. This has also been in since the beginning, quite obviously, and over the last month, I really try hard not to take this with me anywhere, but literally a couple of days ago I went to my parents and stayed the night, took this with me, didn't actually end up wearing any makeup in the period I was there, but I took it with me just in case I wanted to wear any makeup, and it's now got a crack down here, like filly, all the way down, goes onto the top as well, and yeah, not going well. I think I'm going to decide to take this up. I think that's what I'm going to have to do because I don't want this to fully break. But my blush, okay. So my blush again has been in here since the beginning of the project quite clearly, as I'm going from the beginning to the end. We have now used this blush 519 times over the period of the last 3 years and like 3 months. This is the progress. Look at that. We are getting so close. This is obviously my Revolution London Ultra Blush Palette in Hot Spice, and this is the shade that we're working on. This is the 6th shade in here. Now you can see the pan is getting bigger. We are also pretty like close, I feel like it's happening. You can also see like the ring kind of showing over here, and yeah, it's happening, guys, it's happening. I do think we're going to be finishing this probably next year. I don't think it's gonna happen this year for sure, but I know that like the outer ring is definitely still quite high compared to the inner ring. But I am also thinking probably at the end of this year, I might repress this, and then we can kind of really see how much we've got left of this. I think it'll be surprising. But I'm not going to repress it just yet, just to keep the surprise going. And maybe in December for the new year, I will repress it and we'll see how we're going. So yeah, really looking forward to finishing this one, because that will be quite exciting, because that will be huge, because I haven't actually finished a blush in my collection like ever, so that will be huge if that actually happens. Then we have my highlighter, which is my Colourpop Super Shock Cheek in the shade Monster. Now this highlighter I've used 144 times, and this is the current progress. As you can see, the pan is getting bigger now, As always, I mean, it's expected. It's not going to get smaller, is it? But this is the progress. Nothing really to write home about. I am working on a lot of highlighters at the moment, so progress is not progressing as much as I'd like it to, probably with my highlighters, but also I think highlighters in general are going to take the longest to work on, as I probably use them the least, like surface area based, if you think about it, because I just put highlighter really like just up here and that's pretty much it. I don't put them anywhere else. Sometimes I might put them in like the corner of my eye, but other than that I don't really use highlighters. So I think it's always going to be one of the ones that's going to be slower to get there. Okay, then was it last quarter or the quarter before where I was like, I'm going to roll this one out because I've reached so many and I didn't like think I hit pan on this. Anyway, this is my Emotions palette by Makeup Academy Professional, anyway, whatever you want to call it. So this one is the one where I thought this is the one where I thought I had a long time to go until I hit pan on it, because I was expecting the packaging to go like fully into the packaging, like further down, but you can actually see, if this focuses, that you can actually see now the packaging is there. You can see the little crossbars, the little etchings on here. We have got like a really big pan on this, like half of it is gone. You can see that now. And I was so blind to this until someone pointed it out in my comments. And so I did roll this one out briefly, less than a month actually, and then it was rolled back in again. But yeah, so I've actually made a lot more progress on this than I thought I had, which is, you know, pretty good, because I was just so blind. I was expecting the packaging to go like right into the bottom of the packaging, you know, the dome to go right underneath, not be on this like surface like that's the same height as the packaging, because there's like a gap around it, and I just thought maybe it would just go down further and further. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, so I've made some sort of progress on this, and I'm keeping it in my project, and I'm going to keep on working on this. Overall, with that, I have used it 154 times in my project, and yeah, as it's a baked product, it's going to take a long time, but there we go. Anyway, I have my eyeliner. This is one of the items that I do think is going to be in here until the very end. I am not an eyeliner kind of girl. Like, I am wearing like eyeliner today, but it's actually eyeshadow. But I don't really wear actual eyeliner because it's just not something I remember, and I just prefer using eyeshadow these days. But this is what it is looking like, if it's going to focus. I have only used this once this last quarter. I must admit, it's not even going to focus on it, is it? There we go. Used this once this quarter, and we're at 55 uses of this in the last 3 and a bit years. So we're gonna keep it in, and I always say this, I'm gonna try and use the eyeliner a little bit more. Maybe it'll be my thing for next year. Like this year was wearing more lip products and working on them a little bit more this year. Maybe next year it will be eyeliner. Work on an eyeliner a little bit more. That's one of my first failures in this project for sure. So need to work better on that. The next item is an item that I can't show you because I have lost it. It is my Jelly Pong Pong like lip cream, that bright pink lip cream that I was trying to hit pan on and finish and work on, and I was doing such a good job on. I have misplaced this. Now my spreadsheet tells me I last edited that cell on the 25th and 26th of September. And I went to my work conference on those 2 days, and I noticed earlier on this week when I was like preparing to film this video and like making sure I had all my products and like checking everything, because my renewal date is the 24th of each month. So I was checking and I was like, you know what, like I didn't notice anything weird because they've been the same amount of uses each month since April on this certain item. So I didn't notice it was missing, because the uses were still the same. Anyway, I cannot find it anywhere. I have turned this room upside down. I have looked in all of the bags I was using, all of the clothes I was wearing, everywhere. I have looked and I can't find it Anyway, if it does turn up, I'll bring it back into this project, but for now, it is gone. It is a goner. So I have temporarily or permanently removed it from this collection, from this project, and at the very end I will be sharing what I'm replacing it with, because that's what I do, is I roll out an item and then I roll in an item of the same category. And it's my first time in 3 years and 3 months where I have lost an item. I've done pretty well at not doing that and not leaving it anywhere, but what I think happened is I left it in the hotel room. I remember very vividly, I brought it with me into the bathroom. I was going to brush my teeth and then I was going to apply it. And don't know where it happened, don't know where it went. Don't know if I just forgot to pick it up from the sink or what, but I'm sure, like, I'm really good at double checking the hotel rooms. But maybe I had it in my pocket and it fell out of my pocket at one point during the day. I don't know. I have no idea where I left it. So we have unfortunately lost. It was actually very similar to the item that I'm wearing today in colour-wise. But anyway, I don't know if I'm happy or sad about that, because that means I'm still like one item closer to my goal, but also like one item in general in my entire collection of items gone. So I'm kind of like happy, but almost like, you know, I don't have that completion in my head kind of vibe. But anyway, that is what it is. But overall, I must mention, we are at, well, we're at 132 uses using the item, and I had not hit pan yet. I think I was going to be very, very close to hitting pan on it. And it was one of the oldest lip creams in my collection as well. It's been with me for over 10 years. I can't believe I didn't notice it was missing. Like, it wasn't on my desk at all. Next item we've got is my eyebrow pencil. This is my brow pencil. As you can see, it's now shorter than the lid of the item, and we're getting there. We are getting there. So I have used this now for the past 2.5 years or so. We have used this 404 times. That's crazy. 404 times to use this. How is that even possible? I don't know. I think it's because I don't like sharpen it. Like, I know a lot of people probably think that this is really blunt and they'll sharpen it like right now, but I go literally until I can't anymore. And I know when you sharpen like a pencil, it does take some of the stuff away. Anyway, 404 uses. That's crazy. And we are gonna go until I can't sharpen it, so the stub's gonna get even smaller. And yeah, I think we're gonna really see the differences now coming forward, because we're now, you know, this shorter. It does need a sharpen, so it will sharpen it probably next time I use my makeup next week. And yeah, that is my little update for that one. Very exciting. Then we have my lip balm that I have brought in. So I always had a two, well, not always, later on in the project I added this in, but this is my lip balm. This is my Burt's Bees Beeswax lip balm with vitamin E and peppermint. This is how much we have got left in here. Now, I remember like a few months ago I accidentally put this in the washing machine and it did remove a lot of the product, but this is how much we have left, which is actually not much in comparison to how much there was when I first began, because it was like this tall to begin with. Anyway, we are at 369 uses, so technically it's just been over 1 year of being used. It's been rolled in longer than that, but I don't use this every single day, as I've mentioned before. I'm a stickler, but this is also really annoying because it doesn't, like, if I roll it up too much, it kind of gets stuck and doesn't roll down. Anyway, I had to push it down a little bit. Anyway, that is the update for this one. Yeah, do I reckon that I'll finish this next year? Probably. I think so. I think that'll happen. Okay. Next up, we have my nail polish that's rolled into this project. This is going to be rolled out fairly soon, I think. Fairly soon. I can even see in the light that's coming in, I can see that there's not much left in here. Also, I'm at the point now where I'm having to turn it onto its side to pick up the left area product. we're so close to finishing this. I think we've probably got one more usage left in it, which I'm probably going to be doing today. So crazy, I know, but I think we're going to be finishing this like really soon. If it's not today, it'll be probably next week. Yeah, I think we're really close to finishing this. I'm going to try and use this as much as possible until like I get the last dredges out. I'm also probably going to clean the bottle up so we can really see that it's empty, or see how much we've got left in there until it is empty in a way. 71 uses, so that's a manicure each. So sometimes when I do my nail polishes, I do like a finger per whatever. This is per manicure, so every time I do my paint my nails. Yeah, 71 times I painted my nails with this, and still going strong, but we're pretty much there. And I started it when we were up here, by the way, when where that marker is. This is where it was when I rolled it into the project, and now we're very at the bottom. Okay, another item that's going to fail this project is this, most likely. I have only used this 9 times since this was rolled in, and this was rolled in July of 2024, so it's been in for a year, and I've only used it 9 times. Crazy. I'm not much of a mask girly, and I really wanted to roll something in that was skincare related, and that kind of shows how much skincare routine I have. Like I do like a face care routine every day, or most days, but I always forget to do a mask. I must get better at doing this. I must. So yeah, a bit of a failure here. I'll try and do better. The next item is an item that's finished. It is my little sample fragrance from Oxford English Laundry even, and it's in the scent Oxford Blue. This is completely empty. Nothing left in here. We used this 36 times before it was rolled out, and yeah, I actually like the smell of this. Sad to see it go, but it was only a sample, and it did actually take me 15 months to get through. So, you know, I'm actually okay with rolling this one out. The next item is also an item that's been rolled out, and that is my MAC Studio Fix Fluid in the shade NC10. This was also rolled out, I would say the English Laundry perfume was rolled out in July. This was rolled out in September. I used this 43 times in this project. Obviously it wasn't full when I rolled it in. That is also finished. So we're now at 12 items rolled out in this collection, in this project even. So that's pretty awesome. That's all the empties so far is 12. There's no more left in this video. Next we have is my concealer. So this was rolled in only in July. This is my collection concealer. All the writing is being worn off here. I rolled this in May this year, and we have used it 41 times since then. And yeah, I do like it. I'm actually wearing it today, can't tell, but I do think it works really well with my skin tone. Some concealers can look quite orange to me, so there we go with that one. Then, you know, when I rolled out this eyeshadow for a little while, I did roll in this. I kept this in, to be honest. I thought, why not just leave it in here? And I worked, so this is my Sleek Au Naturel palette, and this was rolled in July as well. I'm working on the shade called Taupe, which is this shade here. We have used this so far 13 times, so not that much, but that is how much we worked on so far. Yeah, that's that. I must say I'm probably gonna pay more attention to this one than that one until that one is rolled out anyway. Then, to replace the fragrance that was rolled out earlier, I rolled in this. This is my Between Us foundation. Between Us perfume from One Direction, the band, and Old School. But it's been sat unused for many years, and I thought, you know what, why not bring it in? So this is what I'm working on now. I rolled this one in July, and we are at only 10 uses wearing on this. It has been only a couple of months, but I am working on some other fragrances that I've been trying to push over the line, so this has been taking a bit of a back step, as it is. Then to replace the foundation, I brought in this. This is my Fenty Beauty foundation in the shade 100 in the Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear foundation range. I don't like these foundations, they're a bit drying, but I want to get these out of my door. So there's not much left in here. I mean, there's like this much left in here, so I did roll it in very late on. And I've only used this 10 times in this collection, in this project even, I should say. And yeah, we're going to try and finish that one, which I think will happen relatively easily. And then finally, to replace the lip cream that I've lost, I've rolled in a different lip product, and that is this. This is, I don't even know what this is. The shade's called Rose Petal. It's from a brand called Purity Cosmetics. I don't know what they are. It might be an indie brand, I'm not too sure. But this is what the shade looks like, and this is how much we have left to go. So we've got quite a while to go. It is one of my older lip products. It was also in a beauty box, and so I decided to roll it in, and that's that. I've only used it 4 times, as I did only roll it in this last month, since I realised my previous one has gone missing. Anyway, that is that. That is my update. That is where I currently am, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this update. I'll be interested to see how I am in January? Yeah, in January. I'll see how I am in January. Do I think I'll have anything rolled out in January? Probably not, but maybe something will surprise me. Actually, there will be something. It will definitely be the nail polish. The nail polish will definitely roll out. If there's anything else apart from the nail polish, I don't think so. But you never know. Something could surprise us, something could break and therefore be forfeited, or I might lose something again. Who knows? Anyway, I will see you guys next time. We are, oh, also, I must mention, we're now at 25 items being used in this project, overall. Not 25 items that are currently in this project, but overall on this on the list, throughout the duration of this project, I have now used 25 items. So that's pretty cool. Technically halfway through, if I do keep just working on only these items. But anyway, that's that. I'm gonna stop rambling, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.